Shalom, shalom. You know that I would absolutely hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've been talking about the Department of Education. We've been talking about student loan debt and how a lot of people were willing to get 100K, 200K, 350K in debt, take out scrupulous amounts of loans, okay? And it wasn't necessarily wise. It was just because it was there. A lot of times in certain communities, people that don't have financial knowledge will just take out loans as if it's free money. Loans have to be paid back. And so unfortunately, I'm here to tell you today that the Trump administration and the Department of Education have already stated that they will start garnishing wages. The same way they garnish wages if you owe back taxes, they will garnish your wages over your student loan debt. Now, from what I know of, wage garnishment, things like that, I'm actually a copywriter for tax relief firms. And so I actually do have a lot of knowledge. And what I'll tell you is they're probably most likely going to go after people that have over 10,000, over 15, over 20 or 30. And the people that have these lower amounts, I'm so thankful that I was wise and did not get exorbitant amounts of student loan debt. Because if you owe 50K, 60K, 100K still, especially if you haven't paid it and you try to, whatever y'all be trying to do, whatever people be trying to do in America to not pay their loans, they're going to garnish your wages. And we need to anchor this and frame this, because too many times, especially in America, when you travel outside of America, you understand that most people have an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm going to tell you a story. We have pool cleaners that come to our house and clean our pool. They have a small business. They're a local Mauritian family. They work together. The father, the mother, and the teenage son, or maybe he's in his early 20s son, whatever. But they work together and go house to house in their business, service-based business, and clean their pools. It's a trade. But when America erased trades from being a thing, and when our community and other communities weren't able to get these trades, it decimated, one, the quality of life for a lot of the men, and then number two, it made women and men get into crazy amounts of student loan debt without thinking first. Student loans don't guarantee high-paying jobs. Most of the time, student loans will guarantee that you're stuck in a low-paying job, quite frankly, but they'll treat it like, oh, well, you're the manager and you're in corporate, but you're like, I'm making you all of this money. I'm doing all of this stuff for you, and I still only make $35, $40 an hour. I still can only cap at about $50 an hour tops. That's enormous. When you have your own business and when you are a consultant, there is no ceiling. Your hourly wage can be $250 per hour. It can be $600 per hour if you're working on service-based contracts. This is why we started Black Educators Amplified. We're coming up on the last few days to enroll. I'm gonna link the enrollment page down below if you've been silently lurking, quietly like, oh, let me see if I wanna enroll. But let this moment right now, this breaking news, really set you back and think, okay, what am I going to do to pay off these student loans? That means that either you're going to save a lot of money, which probably isn't going to happen in this economy when the housing market is about to deplete, the stock market is up and down, it's just a little wild, the cost of living is increasing, or if you can't save, you need to make more. That's where your side hustle comes in. That should eventually be your main hustle. We turned our side hustle in 2016 into our main hustle today, into our main business. What you see on Journey with Us, this is YouTube. This is just an avenue of creative expression, keeping up with the community, talking to you guys, but our core business is completely off of this channel, to be quite honest with you. And so let this be a stark reminder, and I say stark because I know there's gonna be people that literally get their wages garnished within the next few weeks, within the next few months, and just feel totally like they have to start at ground zero. Be proactive. If you have been retroactive, now is a great time to be proactive. If you have been someone that took out 100K just to get a degree in African studies or teaching, or something that doesn't pay a lot and doesn't move the needle for your lineage and for your family and has you feeling trapped, understand that especially for teachers, there's another way. You can be an education consultant. You can go and work with tech brands, education technology brands. I work with education technology brands and I'm not a teacher, okay? I work with education technology brands and I am not a teacher, so I know that you can do it. But the main thing that's blocking you right now is your lack of skills in articulating your value, marketing on social media, marketing via your email list, having a website so you look like a professional consultant. No business, especially an education technology company, is going to do business with you if you are just sending in a resume and you do not have a brand. And especially if you say you're an education consultant that can help them to create curriculum, that can help them market their curriculum, that can assist them in the instructional design. If you want to do these high level things, you need to come across as high level via your website. That's where your portfolio comes in. Okay, that's where you learning the fundamentals of business development, marketing, and bringing a product to market comes in. This is what Black Educators Amplified is for. Our 8-week accelerator, weeks 1 and 2, are the foundation for everything we do together. You go through the 20-question framework where we take inventory of your experience and create your corporate branding guide, okay? This is the same process that I use with multi-million-dollar clients, and I'm giving it to you. Weeks 3 and 4, now that we have the 20-question framework all filled in, we're gonna go and write your website copy together, okay? So that when you publish your website, it actually sounds like an expert marketing strategist, an international copywriter wrote it, so that you do not sound, too generic, like ChatGPT wrote it. You want when these firms find you that they say, oh, I see her process or his. I see what they're capable of doing. Let me go ahead and work with this person. Weeks 5 through 6, we teach you email and video marketing, the 2 ingredients that have collectively gotten us over 2 million views on this channel and then banked us 50K plus contracts from our LinkedIn, Instagram, and other social media platforms where we market our business development and service provider marketing packages on the agency side for multi-million-dollar clients. Weeks 7 and 8 is your launch. We're going to sit with you during the last session. This is the session where a lot of our clients will say, oh, I finally get it. Because remember, we're packing in 8 weeks. It's truly an accelerator. The reason that I got this idea for an accelerator, in college, I would take these super short, fast, advanced courses. I'm a self-study person. I'm the type of person I don't need to go into the school. I typically need to just read it, write it on my own, and I'm gonna get great grades that way. So I would just do self-study and take these classes. Now, if you do like self-study with microbiology, you come in like maybe once and you don't have to come in all that often, and you get to study for yourself and teach yourself the content. So I would do that, and they would be 8-week accelerators. So this is where the idea came. This is for the person that is ready to get uncomfortable quickly. You understand that the last time you had great success in your career or in your business or in your life, it was because you were willing to be uncomfortable as soon as possible. This program will make you uncomfortable. I can guarantee that. All of our clients feel uncomfortable, especially by week 4 where they're like, woo, this is advanced. Okay, let's slow down. Let's bring this back. Show me how to do this. But the beautiful aspect of that, especially from a user experience perspective, is week 7 and 8. That's why I wanted to write your content marketing strategy with you and for you, okay? 3 to 6 months where it's like, look, I wrote this content for you as your $1 million copywriter. And so all you need to do is post it on YouTube. All you need to do is post it to your podcast. Just remember what we taught you and start moving and start working and do it continuously. Because if you don't fail, if you don't quit, you cannot fail. If you don't stop, if you don't give up, there is no failure. And so check out the link to the enrollment guide in the description. Let me know what you think of the Department of Education doing this. It's shocking, but every week we have new, interesting, crazy, shocking news coming out of America. And so let me know what you think. And if you do owe scrupulous amounts of debt, the question you need to ask yourself is, can I afford to not function and own and operate my own business at this time? Can you actually afford not to invest in your business? It's a question only you can answer. I'll see you next time. Shalom, shalom.